Ben here from Witterings Fitness. We're going to be talking about glute and hamstring releases in this video. So we're going back to our picture of the runner, if you come in. We've talked about what posturally goes on during running and where people are typically tight and weak. Now we've done one video on the calves and the ankles, so we've done the ankle and calf mobility, which is a really good video. So make sure you, if you're having problems down in the calves and ankles, make sure you address those, watching the other video. And this video we're going to talk about glutes and hamstrings. So these can be tight for a lot of people because they're sat on their butts a lot of the time. So we're going to be releasing those glutes and hamstrings. In another video later on, we're going to talk about muscle activation, so that'll be slightly different video where we're actually activating those muscles that we want to use before running. But for this one, we're just going to go on releases. Now, if you're getting back pain when you run, this can be a big offender. So your glutes and your hamstrings, so your glutes being your muscles on your ass and the hamstrings, the muscles down the back of the legs, this can affect your lower back. Okay, so if you're getting back pain, this might be something to try out and see if it helps you. But if it doesn't help, then send us a message and we'll see if we can do something else for you. Okay, so for this, you're going to need your lacrosse ball. You're going to need a foam roller and ideally some bands for stretching with. So we're starting with the glutes. Now we can sit on a chair and do this. We're sitting on the ball and basically smashing in the glute, okay? So where I am actually going is across here, and sometimes it's easier to just lay on the floor. This is a lacrosse ball. It's quite hard, grippy. It's got a tiny bit of give in it, and you're just chiseling around. You'll feel where it is you need to go, and you're going to spend a couple of minutes on one side, really getting in there. Now, if you're really, really stiff in here, if that's really, really painful, it shouldn't be too sore. I can put quite a lot of weight on there. I do a fair amount of work on my glutes. So if this is really painful, then you know that this is a problem area and you need to work on it. And if you're kind of bent over forward a lot, then this may be something that helps unglue all of the tissues in there. So a couple of minutes there, set your timer, at least 2 minutes. You can go for longer if you want. Let's go up to 4 or 5 minutes, whatever you need to do. So that's the smash for that. You can then move on with your hamstrings. Nice solid roller, and you're like rolling across the hamstrings here, and you can kind of get some weight on your hand and push across like that, up and down. We can roll a little bit up and down in here. You can get right up into the groin in there, where the hamstring actually inserts onto the bone. So you can get right up in here, and you'll feel where you need it. Set your timer, 2 minutes at least, getting in there. If you are doing this pre-run, 2 minutes might be a bit of a long time. So maybe you just want to quickly release it pre-run, but after you've had your run, you should be using those hamstrings so they feel sore. That's the time where they're nice and warm and you'll be able to really manipulate and get in there. If you're struggling doing that on the floor, you can also come up onto a bench or a chair or something, and you can get a lot more weight on it this way. You need a solid roller for this because if you've got a bit of a cheap one, it will crack. Okay, so make sure you get a really decent solid roller, and you're just smashing left and right. Just going along those fibers in there. Okay, once you've smashed it, then we're going to stretch. So we've done the glutes. We're going to stretch the glutes. So bend, laying on your back, knees bent. Bring your left foot so your ankle's up above your knee. You're going to reach through. Try and grab your knee. If you can't grab there, you can grab here, and then you just sit back. And you can get really nice stretch all the way down your glutes. You can gently kind of rock left and right, and you just really release all of that. It's really nice. So again, if you're getting the back pain, this is a good one. Okay, and again, a couple of minutes just hanging out here, as hard as you want to make it. All right, and now for the hamstring stretch. This is one of my favorites. So obviously we can do one where we just sit down like this if you don't have a band. can reach down, try and get hold of your toe. Make sure you're trying to hinge from the hip, so don't try and make up too much space at your shoulders and your back. Actually bring your chest down towards the quad, okay? You can deep breathe here, hold, pull, and then release. Contract, relax. And you will get down there eventually. If you're here and you're like, oh, I can't reach it, then bend your knee, grab your toe, a deep breath, try and straighten the leg like that, and you're gonna get a really nice stretch, okay? If you wanna make that a bit more intense, you can bring this hand up and over, reach down on there, and again, deep breaths, like so. Okay, so there's one option. If you wanna go into another option, you loop the band around, laying on your back, up, deep breaths in, hold, pull, and then relax. So when I'm saying contract, relax, I want a deep breath in, contract, pull your leg down, like resist the band for 6 seconds or so, and then as you relax, just get in, pull the band back. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 breaths here. Deep breath in, hold, contract, relax. Then drop the band out to the side. Okay, so I'm stretching up all my adductors as well as my hamstrings, slightly differently. You just filming my crotch there. Oh, good, okay. And 3 breaths here, contract, relax. And then we're gonna come back up, over, move the furniture to the middle of the room, and swap sides. That's only for guys. And then you can, just be careful of your lower back here. Just go as far as you're comfortable. Deep breaths, contract, relax. You might get a little clunk in your hips and your back maybe, that's okay. As long as it feels good, it is good. And relax. Keep this arm out so you're not like totally twisted. Over, just get a little bit more. I'm trying to stretch the glute and the hamstring here. Okay, and if you want, you come back up and then you bring this heel up here and you can do 10, 1, drops down. Every time you come up, just trying to pull a little bit further. And this is gonna counteract and pull this, to make this stretch a little bit harder. Okay, so 10 of these. Okay, so that's all my left side done. If you stop the video, go back, watch it from the start, and follow through, do the other side. Let me know how you feel. If you've got really stiff hamstrings, if you can't touch your toes, that is a bit of a problem, okay? If you cannot hinge forward at the hip without rounding your back, if you don't have this hip movement, then that's a bit of a problem. These exercises are the ones you're gonna need, and that's a good indicator of whether you're gonna get back pain or not, as to whether you can do that forward bend movement. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get notifications every time we do a new video, because we're going to do loads. And thanks for watching. I'll see you later.